Let's dive right into this. I got a call in 15 minutes, but this is an absolutely amazing topic. Where are we at here? Can you guys see me? So yeah, this topic's amazing. So we're getting into how you can become the expert really fast. I'm gonna move this back. Drop a 1 if you guys can hear me. My boom mic still isn't set up. So anyway, how to become the expert. So I'm gonna dive into a few components, and then I'm gonna go over a few examples, and then I'll take a couple steps to call at 10:40. So what's up, guys? Everyone's jumping on right now. So let's just dive right into it. I'm gonna switch to purple. How to become the expert. People, there's a stigma on this word expert now, but I'm going to explain what expert is. So anyway, to become an expert, it's a compilation of emulating in order to emulate. So to become an expert, so I get asked this a lot, like, Rob, where did you learn sales? I get asked that a lot. And the thing is, the reason why my style looks so unique in what I do and how you can make it look unique in what you do, and whatever that specific field is you have to learn the difference between these two things, emulate and emulate. Now, expert isn't a matter of how long you've done something, right? It's not a matter of what your credentials are, because, you know, as a lot of people might already know, I'm a college dropout. Oop, just dropped my marker lid. I went to college for a week, dropped out, like it just wasn't for me. Anyway, so for me, yes, I've been doing this a decade in sales. I've had a lot of different coaches. Some you'll have never heard of because they just never went on the internet. They do things very traditionally. But I'm going to get into some of my mentors and a lot of people I've learned from and key points of what I learned from them. So emulate, this is really important for when you start your process, guys, in the terms of self-development and growth. You learn how to emulate, which is where you copy somebody, the best form of flattery, and B, the only way you can be able to learn how to do something or to find out how you can do it the way that works for you, right? Because there's a lot of people out there telling the same message, but the thing is, everybody wants to hear it in a certain way, so the way you tell it, right? There's a group of people that want to hear that message in the way you say it, not the way somebody else says it. Next is emulate. What happens is when you do this enough with enough people, right? So you will learn to copy enough of the right people. What happens is you begin to find your own unique voice, right? You start to apply these things and these intentional actions in a way that is you, okay? So now it's become your own thing. You've mixed these styles, okay? So when people ask me a lot, like, Rob, where did you learn sales? Like, where did you learn how to communicate and deliver and project what you do and the way you do? And the answer is, well, I guess I'll just show you guys a bunch of them here in about 3 minutes. But that's what's happened. I had to take a compilation of all these different mentors that I've had over the years, and I've applied so many different things, and I found things in them that I truly admire, and I've taken bits and pieces of that. You know, a lot of people think it's funny how many things I buy in the terms of education, but I don't buy them to learn necessarily a specific thing. Yes, I do that too, but more importantly, I buy those things to learn their delivery, right? To learn how they do something, why they do something, what their delivery looks like, and can I somehow apply that into my mix and what I know works for me and what I know I can naturally deliver. It's not just about learning something, it's about learning how you can deliver it in your way. So like the video, guys, if you're on this right now, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, then go ahead and give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's get into the next thing. Let me use a black marker actually for the numbers. This is 1. Number 2, we're gonna go into write it down, okay? And when I say these things, I'm talking about aha moments. So write it down, okay? So when you write it down, here's what I mean when I say aha, okay? So I'm gonna put aha. Now, here's what you distinguish these by, okay? Because when you write these things down, it needs to be clearly distinguished. If you hear something that you like and you're just like, whoa, mind blown, right? You wanna write that down in your phone, in a notes folder, in something, okay? Ah is the I understand. This is the I get it. Wow. That's the I get it, like, whoa, mind is blown, that's amazing. But the ha is I understand, okay? So it's really important to write these things down that blow your mind, because you may not fully comprehend it now, but that's the ah moment, okay? When you write it down, you're just like, whoa, that's amazing. Write it down in your folder so you can look back at it later, and then you have the ha moment, I understand. When you understand it, you can now emulate. right? So you see something, you hear something, you're like, whoa, that's amazing. I love the way they did that. I don't really get it, right? And you know you can apply it in your own way. This now becomes your own style, and now you can deliver a message in a way, right, that you are meant to deliver it, not that they deliver it, okay? So that's how you become your own unique style, all right? And you're able to combine all these bits of information. That's why I read so many books. I know you guys can't see down here. Maybe I can like move this down at the bottom if you can like see. But I read a lot, and it's really important to learn from A, your live mentors, and B, your dead mentors, right? Dead mentors are in the book, always accessible. Live mentors are alive and fairly accessible, right? Nobody's ever going to be fully accessible that's alive, so you want to make sure that you have this, you are able to use these books to help you with that. So, on to the next one. You want to give credit. Accessible, that's alive. So you're going to give credit. So a lot of people are afraid to say, I learned this from this person, because for whatever reason they think that, oh, they're just going to go to that person. But you want to be able to give credit to the people that you've learned from, okay? Everybody, this whole started from the bottom and I did everything on my own. It's becoming very clear that that is a load of crap. That's not true. At one point in time or another, somebody had their big break. Even Drake was on a TV show, Degrassi, before he had his big break in the music industry. I don't know if those two were correlated or not, or how those connected, but at the end of the day, everybody has some form of something that helped them get to the next level, right? Whether that was a big obstacle that created a silver lining, okay, because that person was still now a part of your damage, trouble, heartache, obstacles, whatever, that was still a big part of your big break, because that silver lining then helped you manifest your current reality, okay? Following me? So make sure you give credit to the people that you've learned from. It's just respect, okay? All right. Yeah, I'm looking super tan because we're going to go to remain the best student in the room. Best student. And here's why. As long as you're willing to always understand you can learn something, then you're going to continue to keep learning something. And not only that, you're also going to get people to want to teach you, okay? What I've come to learn, especially with the mentors that I've had over the years, is that, A, whatever you project, they saw raw talent. So what was really great and how this helped me is that they were willing to try to hone in on this raw talent that they saw, okay? Very humbling, yes, but also it was a major, it was a huge help for me, right? A huge gain. So as long as you can do that and you can project the energy and the ambition of what you want to be, people that are already where you want to be will see that, okay? And they will resonate with that and they will want to help you, okay? So that was huge. Become the best student. Be willing to learn, all right? Be coachable, okay? Because here's the thing, guys. If somebody makes less money than you, right, don't take that as a gauge of success or not success, okay? If you're trying to learn how to be a better buddy, that isn't necessarily like the most ideal parent of what you want to be just because they make a lot of money, all right? Or vice versa. If you want to make a lot of money, you may not go to the best parent that you love what they do because they haven't built something like of monetary, value, right? And with money. So you guys follow me? So you want to make sure that you are still learning from people that have that one thing that you want. Okay, they don't need to be all around exactly what you're looking for. I'll get into that with the other mentors I've had in a couple minutes. Number 4, you want to make sure that you remain aware. Now, here's what I mean by that. So when I say aware right here, you want to make sure that you are looking for the trails, okay? So don't just go and want to learn from someone. Keep your eyes and your ears open because there's things happening around you right now, right? And there's opportunity. That's why it's so important to make sure that you apply if-then techniques, which I have in a previous video on my wall somewhere. Go to my videos. But I talk about if-then techniques, behavioral analysis stuff, and you're able to recognize opportunity faster if you apply these things because all their actions. So you want to make sure you can notice a trail, right? Because success leaves trails. So look at that trail. So I'm going to get into a couple mentors that have helped me because I have a couple minutes left here. If you guys have any questions, drop them below. Hope this was helpful. These are very, very key things if you want to become an expert, your go-to in the space, or be the go-to in the space, right? Because I've been doing this for a decade now, and a lot of times that's just what the internet does, I guess. But I've been saying the same shit for years, okay? The same things for years. It was funny, my girlfriend and I found my old Instagram. We looked at some of my old posts, and we happened to notice all the motivational stuff that I had on there. And I've been saying the same things for years. It was back from like 2015. So, all right, let's get into some of these mentors. Some people, Taylor, who was my first mentor when I was 18, one of the things he told me was, this is your office. Because I asked him, because I was working at the gym, I was like, man, can I get an office? He's like, man, this is your office. He's like, when we step outside, that is your office. Okay? And what he meant was that opportunity is all around you. You don't need to have that stuff. This is your office. And that opened up my mind to realize, oh my gosh, the world is my office. I can do business wherever I want because I've been an entrepreneur for years. Okay, so the next thing is my buddy Mark. I'm not going to give his last name because I don't want you guys to blow these people up because they don't really use the internet. They just still work at places. But they were amazing mentors. E3 is what he taught me. Do it right the first time and ethically, and then do it right every time ethically. Okay, so that was D3. So he taught me that. The next thing he taught me is to be the world's greatest inviter. So focus on being the greatest host. Focus on being the world's greatest inviter. Make people want to come in and make them excited, and then make them want to bring their friends. This created a major spider web of referral business for me when I was selling at the gyms, and while I was able to hit 5 President's Clubs working in the gym industry, selling 100 new units a month 5 times in a year, which is big. And keep this in mind, guys. When I say 100 units, I'm not talking about like a family of 4 is 4 units. A family of plus units. So I sold like 1,200 memberships that year. And anyway, so he taught me how to be the world's greatest inviter. So that was massive for me. And I got all my notes here, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't. I'm trying to write this down. Don't underestimate the number. Okay? If you see a number, you're like, I can easily achieve that. He taught me, because I used to always say, that's easy. And he'd be like, don't underestimate the number. You haven't done it yet. And when you get there, then we can talk about how easy it was. Okay? So don't underestimate the number. All right, that was a big one. A couple other ones, I'll just name these off because I got to hop off here. But a couple of other mentors that you guys can learn from. I learned from like Sandler sales training. That was a big one. They taught me how to learn cool stuff. Zig Ziglar, old school stuff. Learn about NLP a lot of the time by watching him on stage to be able to see how he delivers, right, that level of emotion, because sales is just a transfer of emotion. Right? And if you could feel something, then all of a sudden you're going to start to walk in the shoes with them. And that storytelling becomes story selling. All right? So that was a really, really great help for me learning from Zig Ziglar. Gary Vee, I just like his energy and enthusiasm. I'm not big on a lot of things he says. I don't believe in the hustle and stuff like that to the extreme that he does. But I do, his energy and his enthusiasm and his go attitude is absolutely contagious. So a lot of that. Jordan Belfort, I'm not very big on his selling style because I feel like it's very old school, aggressive. He's successful, it works. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I really liked how he was able to bounce back of these salespeople, but B, entrepreneurs can do, right? So that was a big one for me. Some authors, if you guys are looking to pick up some books, this isn't an affiliate thing or anything. Obviously, there's no links. But for me, Heidi Grant, she was big, really one of my favorite authors, talk about success and communication. Brene Brown, really big to talk about the power of vulnerability. You guys haven't picked that up, you should pick those books up. Russell Brunson, and how he's able to deliver simplicity, right, and maximize opportunity through simplicity. So if you don't know Russell Brunson and you're in the internet game or you want to be, you should pick that up. Eli Wild definitely dropped some tips for me, but to not be nervous about something, because at the end of the day, whenever you are presenting or you are selling or you are in front of somebody, you shouldn't be nervous because you're the only person that knows what's coming next. Okay, so that was a major tip for me, because doing more speaking on stage and doing lives and doing all this stuff. So that was awesome advice. So very smart person. Temple Naylor. So if you guys don't know him, his visual selling methods open up an entirely new world for me of sales. So we are already great at communicating through a consultative perception, but like to add visuals is like adding a sniper to your rifle, right? Or adding a scope to your rifle. It's absolutely insane today, but that was very helpful. And my old buddy Mike, he taught me how to inject humor at the right times and how meetings don't have to be serious. These conversations that lead to big transactions don't have to be so serious. So He taught me that. I worked with him at the Yellow Pages. But anyway, guys, so hope that was helpful. That's how you become the expert is, you know, these things right here. To find your voice, you need to write down all your aha moments and then learn how to distinguish the I get it to the I understands. Give credit where credit is due to the mentors that have helped you. Become the best student in the room and allow coaching to happen to you. And then, of course, the last one, be aware of the trail success is leaving from successful people. So that was it, guys. That was helpful. Like the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel.